That's so interesting. You know, you mentioned 800 gig. It's almost against the law to not bring up capacity when we're talking DDoS. You think we're on the way to full 1 terabit per second attacks? Like, can't even believe I'm saying that, because it wasn't that long ago that a meg was big. But are we headed to filling up peering capacity if we don't do something?
So I think clearly the size of attacks is growing, right? The bigger issue is the frequency and complexity, but the size is what gets the headline, right?
It does, and it's still pretty scary. 800 gig, couple old guys like you and I, can you believe that amount of capacity? That's
IoT.
Crazy.
IoT has changed, right? IoT has changed the way we basically need to secure our networks and the volumetric approach. So is it possible? Absolutely. Are we preparing for it? That's why we're putting Arbor Cloud in and building a 4 terabit scrubbing network dedicated for this, because it will happen. The issue is when, and how many attacks also simultaneously. That's a big issue that we're watching.
And almost like the ability for someone, if they were to just continue to launch one after another. I often wonder why attackers don't do that. I'm glad they don't, or at least haven't to date. Maybe we shouldn't even be bringing it up on video, but it has worried me that most of the big events we've seen have been somewhat isolated. But let me ask, I mean, you know as much better this as anybody. Are there scary scenarios?
Yeah, so the Dyn attack from last year that made the headlines was big because numbers. They were not properly prepared. Right? Our job, and we're doing this every day, is to make sure that the big attacks don't hit the deadlines. Right? So, in your days at AT&T, you know that there's a lot of work that gets done that actually doesn't get shown, to the public. That is our job. The NetScout slogan is Guardians of the Connected World. We view our mission to assure and protect our customers' networks. And part of that is just to make sure they don't make the news and their networks can run.
Let me probe a little bit. You said something interesting, that maybe the size of the attacks are potentially less lethal as the complexity or the sophistication. Is that true? Like a more sophisticated attack at a smaller volume, is that potentially scarier than a big monster attack that might just be a bunch of dopey layer 3 packets?
So the new phenomenon is using IoT botnets to be able to basically throw out a volumetric attack as a smokescreen to be able to then drive in an application layer attack to someone who's basically got their team fully pressed up for the DDoS issue when actually it's an application layer attack. So we see the complexity issue as being something that we're more concerned about. If you look at what we're building in our software platforms and what we're focusing on automation, it's those complexity application layer issues as opposed to just another IoT botnet automated. It's all important. And again, the volume is the piece that usually is what you see first, but the application is what's driving the complexity.
Thanks for checking out our video. Make sure you subscribe for more of our cybersecurity content, and also make sure you visit our website. Have a great day.